B, and C.
Yep.
So like the fire side, it looks like things are starting to condense on that side, and slowly but surely something's happening. All the while, like with this new fire, Nico, you can sort of see like reflections of fire off these nice little orbs and these gems, and it's just tinkling ever so slightly. And it's also, it seems that Kirill is eyeing them pretty well too. So
after readjusting a tightening in my pants, I will
Twinkle, whatever.
I will yeah. Damn these tempting jewels.
It's not every day you see a jewel the size of a softball.
I almost want to just roll a D2 and see if he's going to take it.
I think I walk up to you. I think while you were just staring at it, I sort of forcefully just spin you around suddenly. And you're like, oh. I'm like, Nico, I think we should get the artifact.
All right. Yeah, we should probably. And I'm like looking back over my shoulder.
You're just like yeah, ships. Sorry.
I guess you're right. And in his head, he's going, "I'll just wait till they're asleep."
Okay. So I think that we go. We both go together to get the orb. Actually, no. I think I tell you to go, and I probably walk with you to the edge of this room and through the doors, and then I turn back and I start gathering everyone to get them out of this room in case things go badly.
So you want me to go get an orb out of the hall? Is that what you're asking me to? You're asking me to touch one of these fucking things?
Discuss it.
Not only touch, but pop out.
Pry it out. Well, okay. So going back on this, looking at it logically, that thing in the door pachinkoed down and broke when it hit the ground.
Yes.
From what we understand in the first instance when we encountered these things, it wasn't until it hit the ground that it broke either.
Yes.
So perhaps these things touching the ground is bad?
I think it's just the impact.
I mean,
it's just the force.
Yeah, they described it as they were cleaning the ledge. So he probably was just being careless and knocked the orb off the ledge and it broke.
That's, I think, exactly what they said happened. They said it hit the ground.
Okay. I'm just wondering if they're enchanted to break when they hit the ground, regardless of how they hit the ground. But if you don't hit the ground with them, maybe they don't break.
Here, let me put. You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll be here.
Edwin's
I'm going away from the chamber.
Totally committed to this. Receiving this artifact. So he again he wraps the cloth around his face. And he gets close to an orb. Are the orbs embedded in the wall, or are they just laying in alcoves on the wall?
Oh no, they're embedded in the wall.
All right. So I would have to carve it out somehow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
pop it out like an eyeball.
Pop it out somehow.
Is it look like?
You see here, they're along the walls here.
Does it look like it would actually
so it's like a half
out,
sphere?
Or is it? You know how the circle part? Let me draw.
We have a mining pick. We could just mine around it and then.
All right, so I'm going to draw at the bottom. So here's the orb. Is the wall where you can get out, or is it so only the part of it is shown?
Oh, it's like the first.
All right, so I could theoretically get out. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like very carefully, like I hold my breath, like not just because, it's the smart thing to do, but because I need my hands not to shake and that kind of thing. I like just put my hands on the orb, try and turn it and get it loose from the wall.
Okay.
Like agility +1 for working carefully.
Possibly.
I think this could be obscure scavenging.
Nice.
There you go.
That's true.
Anything on fork into
It's-
this?
But it's definitely like a decent ob. Hold on, let me see what scavenging says for obs.
Scavenging is based on the value of the object you're trying to find.
Yep.
Basically, you roll scavenging and you get things worth money.
Nico, you should have taken that.
Yeah. I optimized a little bit too much with my skills. It was like, I don't want to be shitty at anything, but I still want to be useful enough to have some skills.
Yeah. Like, if I fail this, I get 3 tests. I get the test to get the item, I get the test on my fort, and I get tests on my health.
Test
It's
on
going to
your
be a fort. It's going to be a ob 4
Ooh. Okay.
for obscure scavenging, unless you want to like convince me to try something else.
I don't see why, like,
That almost seems what we intended it for,
right.
type thing to me.
Yeah.
Is Ford getting their rare and priceless items out of the place?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I could use regular scavenging as a fork?
Do you have regular scavenging?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I thought you just had obscure scavenging.
Yes, higher. Can I,
Yeah, you could fork that.
Can I use sorcery wise in this?
I think we established.
No.
Did we not establish it yes before? Or was that for the door thing?
That was for many things.
I think it was for like a knowledge-based thing, not a.
Okay.
Before
Yeah.
we weren't clear on if it was sorcery or not. Apparently now it's no longer sorcery. Now it's
Okay.
being said it's not sorcery.
Okay.
Like, would any of my readings on the wall have helped me know how to remove this carefully?
No.
Okay. Then I won't try any knowledge skills. Alright, I have 4 dice.
All the Artha. It's agility, so I don't think it's great either, is it?
No, it's not great for me. Well, you said working carefully gives me an extra die, right?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
It increases
Yeah.
the time.
I'm gonna work
Yeah.
carefully.
Yeah,
Like, we're
you
not
could totally
just
work carefully
super
for this.
rushed.
And you set it up that you are. So yeah, this totally works.
So that's
Right. Well, I meant to say, like, fictionally, you said that already, like, with how.
oh, you're counting
Set it
like
up.
the mask and everything as part of working carefully. Okay,
I think that will
Well, you
come to play
specifically
if
said
it
that you
breaks.
very carefully do it, so.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mask will come into play.
What I'm saying.
So we'll all having already been holding your
All right,
breath.
so I should have 5 dice now.
Okay, not bad. And Artha. Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
Wow,
Very nice.
I survived.
You
Maybe-
survived.
Maybe I
Yeah.
survived. I retrieved the orb. It instantly collapses in my hand.
Yes. The heat from your hand melts.
Now- Now do an agility test to walk back carefully.
Make an agility test for every step you take.
Can I walk very,
Opposites.
very,
No,
very,
let it
very
ride. It's
carefully? Very, 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 very carefully. Everyone get out of my way.
Yeah, so it just sort of, comes right out and just sort of,
Okay.
you got an orb now.
Orb of death. Like, go over to the ice
So
block.
So yeah, as you're walking like this way past Nico, he's like doing one of these things where he stays the hell away from you.
Yeah, and I
Like,
think Ernest walks up with the entire rest of it behind him. He's like, "Sir, I got every," and then just like steps to the side, presses his back to the wall, and is silent as you walk past.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Putting this over by the ice. I go over to the ice cube, the side where we can see it from the entertainment. And
I like yell past us after you walk by.
I'm like,
Are we
Ernest,
throwing it, or
Ernest.
placing it, and then shooting it?
we're going to shoot it. Go get the brazier.
Where is it?
I'm like, find it. I'm just staring at the orb.
Where is it?
It's probably
It's
by
in
the
here
fire.
somewhere.
That's probably like
Brought
right
it.
next to the ice, to the
Yeah.
block of ice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I follow you at a distance
Yeah,
and
same.
pick it up.
Put the brazier in front of the ice block so we can see the orb and shoot into the brazier.
Won't that block the shot?
No.
Oh, wait, because it's super shallow.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I do that.
Like, get back.
I also get back.
Like,
Don't
carefully
make it any more difficult
put
than it has to
the
be.
brazier. Put the orb into the brazier,
Sir, you have it in your hands.
and then once
Are you sure?
it's in the brazier, I let go. And
Oh, I thought you
step
ordered me
back.
to, so I was...
No, I said put the brazier on the ground, and then
Okay.
I put
I thought
the
you-
orb in the brazier, and I back off.
Okay.
It's like one of those old text adventures. Put orb in brazier.
Yeah. Use orb on brazier.
Use orb
Slowly
on pedestal. Use brazier on pedestal. Use orb on brazier. Get back.
Exactly.
Slowly. Back off slowly.
Back up, type in the number of
Easy,
steps.
easy, easy.
Exactly.
Shoot arrow. Wait. Load
Yeah.
bow.
Use
Use arrow on orb.
Okay, what is ob to hit?
to hit
Uh,
stationary orb.
With
Right.
several arrows.
I'm gonna say up two.
Work carefully, Nico.
Yes.
Work
Yeah.
freaking
Do not
carefully.
shoot any other orb.
Yes. Do not accidentally shoot a gem. That will be just in case later. We're just gonna shoot
yeah,
an
I'm
orb.
gonna work
I guess
careful.
it's something like this. If you guys,
Please.
do you guys want to move it or something, or
It's probably like touching the ice, honestly.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
right up next to it.
okay?
Like the brazier
Yeah,
is like as close as they can get to the ice. Like maybe it's even in the area where they cut. You know, where they already
It's like
had.
right next to the small like chip.
Yeah, so it's actually
Okay.
almost inside of the ice block.
Well,
Oh, it's not that big. They didn't-
you're not gonna fit the no. Yeah,
They-
and that's
they
like
cut it
halfway
tiny.
up. Yeah, that was like in the middle. That was at the bottom.
Oh, really? Does it look flat enough that I could
Yeah.
put it in there?
No.
Okay, then it's just on the ground.
I wouldn't advise screwing with it, man. We just
It might just fall out.
this is just a test.
You
I
know,
mean,
it was
we
worth
can
trying, guys.
do other things
Yeah.
later.
Okay.
All right, so ob 2, I'm firing with a B5. I'm modifying by working carefully. Would working patiently help at all? Like I could add successes.
What's the difference
For
between
a
patient
thing-
and carefully in the book?
I'm trying to remember what that is.
Patiently is like extra successes go toward making the thing better. So maybe
Mhm.
like if I get extra successes, it's better for me. I don't know. I was just checking to see if it was worth doing. But if it is, we can figure that out after I roll because it doesn't modify the roll.
Right,
it's
but
2.
carefully does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 2, so he pulls back his bow, takes his time lining it up, holds his breath before the shot, and continues holding his breath just in case this goes badly. And he fires. And he meets.
Oh.
So So no extra successes, but he hits the orb. I would assume.
Okay.
Klaxons go off, the damn thing crunches down, wolves come out and eat our corpses. Oh, and I'm an arrow down. I'm tracking these.
Alright.
I'm down to 6 arrows, guys. Just so everybody knows.
Well, the text said that it dissolved ice, not arrows.
I don't want to touch whatever residue is left on that arrow.
Very well. I wonder if the arrow is worth something. Spencer, I think you're muted.
Yeah, now we shoot somebody with it and
I was
poison.
using it, I was marking, yes.
Looks like we were trying to say something.
Yeah, how much can you sell a poison arrow for?
Right.
Okay, so the arrow goes off and the orb goes as you expect, and you see the, dramatically reminiscent cloud appear. But then all of a sudden something sort of changes, and it looks like everything sort of like cancels out. And then actually what happens is that the ice sublimates straight into steam,
Wow.
and then all of a sudden you see on the before you this nice little circular hole that looks like it's taken a good 2 feet chunk of the entire ice cube out from where the gas hit it.
Okay, so if we just do this 5 more times.
Because it's not accessible, is it? Only 2 more times, actually.
Yeah, well, we got to get back to here, so like 2.5, 3. But yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. You guys are gonna have to
And
help
hope
me.
that this doesn't have a reaction. This cloud of shit doesn't have a reaction with the thing in the ice.
Does it just start dispersing like usual, like after the cloud?
Yeah, it just kind of like turned into steam and kind of vapored out.
So it reacted with the ice, and so there's just steam there. There's no poison left.
Yeah.
Let's do it one more
Well,
time.
Well, hey,
Go get another one.
All right, you guys are gonna have to help me this time.
I hold my breath and walk, and like just because I'm overly cautious, I walk forward and move the now empty brazier with just like pieces of glass in it
Okay.
into the actual like hole, so it's a bit easier.
Yeah. Okay.
Just move it closer.
Totally.
And then I want to see while I'm there, can I get a closer look at what maybe with like the firelight behind it through the ice of what this thing actually looks like?
Oh, totally.
Cool.
Hold on, I'm just kind of trying to. The stuff is being mean.
Oh, this would make such
you
a
gotta move
great
it to the
piece
front.
of art.
Oh,
Can you
Pull it
imagine?
over.
Sorry?
This would be such a great piece of art to paint. Like this guy in full armor, like reaching out to this cube illuminated by fire and surrounded by glass orbs. And like
That's true.
this
Oh,
giant
yeah.
cave made with stalactite teeth.
Yeah, you can see the weirdness.
And then
in the
there's like a
background.
whole bunch of other
Uh,
guys like standing and watching them in awe.
Yeah, just sort of like watching dangerously, like huddled together.
It's like
Like,
that scene from
What's he doing?
2001 where you're touching the monolith.
yeah. What I had a question. I assume it's perception. I don't have any skills that would count.
yeah, it's just you're just looking at it, or because you're not looking for specific stuff. You're just trying to analyze.
Yeah.
All right, I can't get that area under. That's annoying me.
We'll let you move it. But okay, we'll just
Well,
say
no, it'll move it. It's the
Oh. Click the circle that's the razor and right click it and say move to front, and it should work.
oh my gosh, that's what it was. Thank you.
What was I going to say? So, I think I
There you
will.
go.
Since I'll be doing this
Thank you.
carefully. I think because I have time. So while they're getting another orb out,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll be doing this carefully and patiently. Might as well.
Okay.
What was I going to say? What is the orb?
So what are you trying to do here? Like, we
I just
kind
want
of
to see
already.
what this artifact looks like because we still haven't really identified what it looks like. I don't believe.
Oh, we haven't. Okay.
It looks like some
I thought
kind
we kinda
of
did.
staff. That's all we know. It
It looks like
a
some
staff
kind of
Okay.
staff.
with
I just want to
tendrils
see.
radiating out from it throughout the ice.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but I
all
can get
we
a much
know.
closer look now, so I want to check.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just let me know when the orb is.
Just trying to see if I actually wrote a description of this.
It'd be really weird if those tendrils were moving now.
It appears I have not. Alright. So, sure. Okay, so. Up 3.
Ugh.
Oh, actually, can we help?
Success, and I think I'm alone in this. 'Cause you guys
Nice.
I'm doing this while you two are getting another orb. I think.
What's your modifier?
For working carefully.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, you get a much better view of this now. It appears to be, like before, like this, sort of like a gnarled 3-foot long staff, but starting like, trying to figure out from your way, like halfway up the staff, it actually appears that there's like an arm, a skeletal arm of some sort, that sort of wraps around the staff, and then all the way at the end, there's like this open skeletal hand that is just empty, holding, like it's grasping something, but nothing's
Like
there.
something else should fit in there.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it appears, of course, that like there's etching and stuff along the whole thing, but like
But
Ernest doesn't make anything of that.
I don't think even anyone could read it from here.
Alright.
Okay.
So, if we're going to continue on with this stuff, do we want to let the other, our already established roles ride and just say, like, each time this happens, and just dig in?
We established that you can hit a stationary orb. We established that you can get an orb out.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to roll another test to
Oh,
get another
okay.
orb. That stands.
So I think we just do it like 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
keep going until
Yeah.
this thing is...
Yeah, okay.
Don't fix it.
So yeah, you guys do it, I guess. I'll say 2 more times. And eventually you get into it. And yeah, like as I described, I'm not sure does who goes to grab it first, or like who would want to
There.
take it?
Edwin is
Yeah,
totally
well,
gonna get
Everyone's
it.
watching it. I didn't actually hear
The question is it a race between Edwin and somebody else?
I think
Eric's-
Nico would be closest, and he'd probably go in...
And by now we
Well,
know
I
it's
don't...
like
Actually,
years ago.
yeah, I don't know if we'd go... we'd probably end up going at the same time, because we'd have to wait for the cloud to dissipate
Yeah.
a little bit.
You're right.
I don't really see Edwin letting
If I see that you guys
Nico being
both
closer.
are interested, I think
You guys just want to do speed tests?
old Nico like grab his shoulder and hold him while Edwin goes.
Yeah.
Good way to get a knife in the leg, buddy.
So yeah, I think that might be my if I
Wow.
want something violence. In this case, I want Lord Edwin, the one who knows what he's doing, to get this thing.
Okay.
Alright.
So I'm like grabbing her shoulder hard, and I'm wearing like armored gauntlets, Nico. And you know what that means.
Okay, so... Is there a grapple thing we do here? Like power versus agility or something?
Well, so
Well, I have
No.
brawling. I don't think that's this. I do have intimidation. would that be this? Do you think that I could intimidate you, Nico?
You could try.
But it seems
Is there a
more like
chance? Okay, what's up?
it didn't seem like there was time for a intimidate. Like it seemed like Nico was about to go, and you're just like, you know,
It's just a power test. My power versus his
So
ability or
you know, depending on what Nico wants to do,
Yeah.
like yeah, his agility or his speed or
if
his
you are
power.
just trying to get
Yeah,
out
probably.
of the race.
Yeah, I think you just fucking be quick about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I would like to keep a grip on you while you try and worm out of it.
Right.
Well, Nico is like standing there waiting for the cloud to dissipate, and then
We all were, I think.
Ernest puts a hand on his shoulder before the cloud dissipates. Then Nico would have to run into the cloud.
Well, then Nico would want to wriggle free as soon as the cloud dissipates
Yeah.
to beat Lord Edwin. So the question is, I think this might be a linked, or this might be just me helping Lord Edwin.
Yeah, it might be.
You two doing
It might
Yeah,
be,
you could-
yeah.
Yeah, you'd rule it that way.
Or,
If Nico wants to beat Edwin to the
depending on how long the stage 2 struggle, Edwin may actually help subdue Nico.
We'll see what
And it
happens.
all depends on.
it doesn't really seem like a subdue. It seems just like a
I just want to
deter-
hold him back. I don't
Yeah.
want to disable him. I don't want to incapacitate him. I just want him to not
Yeah.
move for like 5 seconds.
So it doesn't turn into a
Right.
fight between Nico and
Unless he
Ernest.
no. This isn't a fight.
They're like, they're not struggling.
Um,
They're just Nico is held back.
Yeah,
for a
I
second.
think that's a helping die to his speed,
Yeah, that's a-
Yeah.
and it's a speed versus.
Okay.
Because I'm only using one hand. I'm not like going full on.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have 6 power, so I think I'll be helping with 2 dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So you two roll off.
Alright, with my roll. I may decide. Wait. Do I have to decide if I use Artha before I see his roll?
Not only
No,
percent.
because you'd normally have the ob anyway already, so
I would like a roll.
we can wait till the end.
So
Yeah.
definitely yes. Okay.
So you can choose after, for sure.
Okay. Go ahead.
So
So mine's up 3.
tie.
That's it.
I've got 2
Alright.
6s.
Yeah.
2 6s,
I'm
1
gonna use
6.
my Artha.
All right.
I will use mine as well. There's mine.
One more success for both, and neither 6s. So
It's a tie.
Yeah, it's a.
it's
We
Tie.
both
Tie.
grab it at the same time.
yeah, you guys both grab
Right. And Ty's
It's a
got
port key and we're
defenders,
gone.
ties.
and there's no defenders.
There's no defenders.
So-
Contest. Maybe we just
Let me see.
I think.
Let's look at Nico.
Does it move
and
into a
say,
power test then?
Let go.
if you guys are literally
Like
like
just a snatch it.
grabbing over.
Back off, Nico.
Another option. No, I think I'll do this after. I don't think Ernest has yet intervened because you guys are faster. He's wearing armor, so he's on his way. But before that, we'll see what happens.
Does anyone have a trait they would like to call on?
Oh, right, to break ties.
Oh yeah.
I'm stubborn.
My only call on is quiet.
Stubborn is.
Not a
I haven't
call
tried
on.
to use it myself. It doesn't help.
It's not a call on. The only call on I have is the nobility one, which makes no sense here.
Is there a call on?
I thought that was no character
Oh,
traits.
that's a,
break
that's a
ties, I
die
thought.
trait. I don't have any call ons.
Yeah. So like a call on can break this tie,
Oh, okay.
or it sort of continues somewhere else. So like you guys are like sort of like inching closer, towards it, but you both of you aren't sure who's gonna grab it first yet.
Well,
You guys are gonna have to continue something to do something else to figure out who gets it first.
yeah. So you guys both get there first. But
And I'm gonna say that you guys are out of distance for Ernest to help this time.
All right.
I'm on my
Alright.
way. And you guys are faster than me because you're running. I'm
Alright,
just sort of
what-
walking.
Yeah. What are you guys doing now?
I'd probably try to persuade Edwin that he shouldn't touch this thing. Like, if something happens when I touch it, we're going to need his knowledge to figure out what to do next.
Okay.
Anyway, he thinks that's bullshit, so he's just going to try and trip Nico with his staff.
Really? With his 2 traits of superstitious, he's gonna call bullshit on that?
Oh, if you choose to auto-fail, you get a...
Will I get 2 Artha?
Martha.
Oh, you get 1.
Oh, man. But I'm so stubborn.
Well, roll the persuade. Roll the persuade.
Okay.
Right, okay, yeah. Is it your superstitious or your stubbornness that you're going for here?
My stubbornness would say I keep going. Like, I'm impetuous. Like, I haven't seen anything yet that should make me superstitious.
Really?
Like, no, because,
Okay.
like, there's this magical thing, but there's nothing about it that is, like, cautionary about the thing itself.
Okay. What was Nico's? Are you still looking up?
Let's see your persuasion
I was
roll.
I was looking to see if I could fork falsehood, but I didn't actually. I mean, Nico doesn't think he's actually expendable, but I don't think that's enough of a lie here.
I was expecting the lie to be like, you actually have no idea what happens, and you're trying to convince them that, no, this is going to be totally bad.
Is this going to be just like an I know you're playing, but I'm going to
I'd
let
give
you
it
sort
a-
of thing if you succeed?
Yeah, I was going to let you fork falsehood. I don't care.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, let's say I
Sounds
swing
good.
my staff at Nico, and he backs off, and I give him a chance to convince me. And if your roleplay sounds good, then I'll activate my superstitious step. Great.
So first you're swinging your staff at him?
What?
That would change the situation
Yeah,
entirely.
that changes. That's very different.
All right.
Yeah, because Nico probably wouldn't react well to you trying to hit him with your staff.
Honestly, yeah, you could. I think that if you guys are both doing this at the same time, the staffs would definitely go off, happen before a full sentence come out. So
Yeah, probably. So, like, you're trying to obstruct him with your staff?
Right. I'm going to try and trip him with my staff.
So, yeah, okay, and then, Nico, do you try to get out of the way? Like, what is Nico's reaction to,
Well, if you're using violence
It's
against me,
actually
I'm
tripping.
gonna
I think you do have an instinct
fall
about
back.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. You're gonna get shot.
At
The
point
first
blank
sign of
range?
combat, I knock an arrow.
All right.
didn't you drop your
Yeah.
bow when you were running? Because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to grab the staff.
We haven't grabbed the staff yet.
Right.
That's true. Okay.
Okay.
I was just gonna brawl you, but I do have an instinct
All right.
that says you're like, even if you trip me, I roll on the ground and point an arrow at you.
That's
Right.
fine.
So, is this,
So yeah, roll to see if I get tripped. I think.
right,
All right.
alright. So is that, right, I was trying to figure that out. Is this, like, 2 power tests, or is this a staff first bow test?
I think it's
How would a bow stop me from tripping you?
It's not going to. That's why I was thinking it's actually 2 different tests.
Like, you would want
So
to avoid.
because it's going to take, regardless of my instinct, it takes a second to load the bow.
Okay,
Right.
So
yeah.
he's got the time to trip me.
Okay. But this is all linked, so these are all skills now. So that's going to be brawling
Okay.
Okay.
into something else.
So I have to
Or
use
is it brawling? Yeah.
I don't have brawling.
Well, you can use the staff skill, and I can go with brawling. I mean,
Right. Yeah, or it's brawling or staff. Or the, you know.
All right. So, want me to roll my staff?
yeah, your staff. Yeah.
Do I get any bonuses for staff being longer range than fists?
Versus, I think. No.
Okay.
Because this is just
I think you guys are too close for it to matter.
Yeah,
This
this is
isn't
a skill
Right next to
test.
each other.
This isn't a bloody versus. This is you once you trip him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you get bonuses for that, then I get bonuses for my armor, and, you know.
Fine.
Yeah.
I got
All right.
one.
And so then,
Rolling up one. Oh,
Oh,
I fall on the ground,
okay.
and I roll to a stop. And
Yeah. So.
got
Yeah.
arrow
So, I guess Lord Owain, like you put your staff out and he sort of trips. I guess you just continue onward.
like, do I notice him knocking an arrow?
I don't think so.
Then I continue onward.
I don't think.
I
That's,
mean-
yeah.
So you hear from behind you, not another damn step.
And you hear from behind you, Nico, put down the bow.
Ernest, stay out of it. He's
We're
the one that
on the
hit me
same
first.
side.
I
If
turn
you
around.
even try to shoot him, I will kill you.
I look at Nico. I say,
Ernest,
Don't.
you
test
saw him
it.
hit me first.
this is my
If you're a man of
expedition.
honor, you'll stand down.
This is my expedition.
This
is my
entire
rules.
thing was set up by him. He
All right.
will get the staff. Then we'll figure out what we're gonna do, and none of us are gonna walk out of here with even an injury, unlike 3 months ago.
I think I was already injured. Did you not see him hit me with the damn staff?
He tripped you. You're fine. You're literally back on your feet less than a second later. If you look behind you, I have my mace out, and I'm like a
No,
a
this is,
single.
I'm actually not even looking back. Like
Okay.
it's. I'm not taking my eyes off of Edwin.
Yeah, Edwin's just
I think
staring
you-
down.
What's Nico and Ernest's reflexes?
This is better.
My reflex. Come on, character sheet. B4 for me.
E3.
Okay, so Nico is actually quicker to the draw. So like, I guess Nico began talking. Like he didn't quite, like he didn't like absolutely fire, but
Yeah.
So like, if you guys were gonna have a conversation, Nico would respond. Like he would be able to do something before Ernest intervened
Okay.
with the like calm down.
Well,
dude.
It says
logically that
B3,
makes sense.
Or do
Like,
we not roll?
what's faster, swinging a sword? or
You
go-
don't roll it, but you can gratiate it.
Okay. What does that do then?
I believe it means the tests against it are
Interesting.
different. I don't know. I
It gets
haven't
plus
gotten to
2
that.
to
Let's
the
figure it
dice.
But it
I was just wondering why it said B if we can't roll it.
what is? I'm sorry. What?
I was just curious about
It-
reflexes as a stat.
What's it's the number of actions you can take in a fight! Exclamation point per exchange.
Yeah.
And
And
gratiating
if it's-
increases it a lot.
Oh, okay. So I think Ernest is Nico. Play these things forward in the future. If you shoot and you kill Lord Edwin, then what happens?
Never said I was going to kill him, but no one hits me and gets away with it.
Haven't I hit you before?
No.
You want to settle this? This is my expedition. I get the artifact. We've already discussed this. Why are you trying?
He's right.
Are you trying to go and steal it? I don't know what to do with you now.
There's the
Oh.
video. He set up.
See, this goes exactly into one of my beliefs. I will use my position to advance the goals of the organization. So I am in a position to grab that thing and get it back to them when you clearly have no intention of doing such a thing based on that story you told earlier.
Okay. Do you say this?
That's why Nico's reacting like this and wants possession of that thing, because he knows if you're in possession of it, it's not going to go where he needs it to go.
Nico,
But do you say this?
think very carefully.
Once we get this
If you-
back to my
You can.
kingdom, we'll be safe. We'll have plenty of time to determine what to do with the artifact. Right now, we need to keep our cool. We need to follow my orders. We need to get this artifact out of here.
You lords are all the same. Follow your fucking orders.
Will not.
Ernest, make a. How perceptive are you right now?
I have a perception 4, and I'm probably like looking between both of them. I'm probably like, perceptive.
You're not gonna see Kieran coming up behind you
Right.
with the brazier and
But I
banging him in.
Right.
I will see.
No, the braziers are up in front.
Yeah.
But no, I'm probably I'm like on edge, I think. So
Yeah, I think at some point when you're starting to talk with Nico, at some point Kirill got behind you and he goes, with your threats to Nico, he's just like, he comes up with a knife pretty much and he's like, easy there. To sort of like one more iteration of this
yeah,
standoff.
exactly. So
I
I just
think-
sort of grin at his like balls. Well, we've got ourselves quite the situation, don't we?
Yes.
I think that's a good place to close it out, like Mexican standoff at
Yes.
the end of the episode.
All right.
I'm gonna write it down to remember. So, how do you spell Kieran's name? Or
Kiril.
Kirill with a knife behind Ernest, with a mace behind Nico, with a bow behind
Well,
Edwin.
pointing at, but yes.
Still,
In the cave with the artifact.
and Edwin hasn't yet grabbed the artifact, has it? It's just sort of sitting
How
there.
far away am I from the artifact?
Artifact.
Probably
A foot?
5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, like even if Nico immediately shoots you, you probably won't be hit until as you stepped like, to get the artifact. If you're still moving.
Yeah.
It's-
All right.
Cool.
It's a good place to end it.
So I think
Yeah,
some Artha was
I hope
Fair.
so.
this week.
Oh
I
yeah.
think Arthurs were earned.
Let's see here.
I may have just thrashed one of my beliefs, but yeah.
Well,
Right.
that just means we found out you didn't believe it.
Let's see here. What was that?
So,
Here we go. So did anyone pursue a belief at this point?
Yes.
yes, I think
Found
all
a
of
way
us
to-
pursued beliefs.
Actually,
Someone.
since my belief says the artifact is within our grasp, we must find a way to recover it from the ice. We have found that way.
Yes.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
recovered completely from the ice. That's right.
Yes.
So, is that a persona?
That's a persona.
Nice. And yes, the organization strives to ensure the freedom of the islands. I will use my position to advance their goals. I've worked toward that, obviously,
Yes.
just now.
Yeah, that's a fate. Yeah,
That's
but I don't
Jesus.
think you've convinced Edwin.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
To join.
Unless
I don't think it was pursued though. So,
Right before we close, and join the damn organization. No, no.
It might end up being that, like a temporary, untrusted, like peace,
Yeah.
like a ceasefire, basically.
yeah,
I will give
gave
better
Nico,
than 50-50 odds, and when I watch the VOD, I'll find out that Nico did pursue the organization. I really feel like he said something we're not remembering.
I don't. Do you think you did, Zen? Do you think Nico ever said something this session with the organization?
About
well, no,
getting
like it's
Ed Wayne to
specifically
join?
getting Ed Wayne. to
Yeah, that's
join,
true.
Which that did not happen.
I don't think that ever occurred. We were all about.
Yeah,
just
I
getting-
think I was waiting for it, but it didn't happen. Okay.
And I gave Nico a couple chances for one of his instincts, and he didn't bite.
No, I
So-
did not.
He didn't get a
Is
fate for
the
that.
champ?
Do I get Mold Breaker?
Well, you didn't really act it out. You're
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
true.
oh, this is tempting, but so
Yeah.
I don't think so. Ernest, did you
Oh, wait,
go
wait,
towards
wait,
any?
wait. Doesn't he have something about his greed? An instinct about his greed?
Yeah, there's an
That,
opportunity.
he is
to
in
take
trouble
money.
right now because of that.
You should
Yes.
get something for that, right? Did you already get something for that?
Oh wait, yeah, like I gave you an instinct. No, you're in, always have an arrow knock. Got you into trouble.
Yes.
So that gets you fate.
It's the same action, and yeah, the same action can only get you one.
Really?
But he had another
Yeah.
one.
There's multiple things.
Okay, fine.
Right, he had another one about getting valuables no matter the cost.
Right.
That was the one I was referring to.
Yeah, he was trying to get me to take one of those gems. And
Yes.
I,
yes.
I could figure when you were just like, oh,
I mean, you don't feel
Well-
like his running to the artifact, like trying to beat Edwin to it in itself, was that?
No,
since
I
the,
thought
since
that
the
was
save scene contains the always knock an arrow, I feel like you should only get one per scene. That there should be some kind of singleton rule for that.
No, I was thinking that was more of his organizational goals type thing.
Okay.
But did any of Nico's traits come into effect?
Well, his paranoia didn't really screw him. His brash definitely screwed him. For the same reason, though. I mean, he
Right.
ran in and tried to get that thing. Yeah,
Okay.
I should have made it a vocal appeal to Kirill for my rabble rouser.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it for Nico then,
Okay.
which is not that bad,
No, it's pretty
right?
good.
You get like
Oh yeah, it's
oh,
like
your
3
persona, didn't you?
fate. Persona, yeah.
I got a persona and like 3 fate.
Not 2 fate.
2 fate. Okay. Ernest.
Okay. Well, my first belief, I was wrong about Nico. He has fought by me and proven himself worthy. That's going to change next session.
Right, especially that second part, or the next part. I enjoyed fighting by his side and wish to do so again. Well, you're fighting by his side, but...
That depends what happens in the next Mexican statue
Right.
thing.
Right.
Now here's the interesting thing. I both pursued my belief. If we leave these rooms empty-handed, we're not going to. And by now, I guess, at this last scene, we has turned into myself and Lord Edwin.
Right.
I did pursue that, but also always use violence to try to get what I want. My instinct has also gotten me in trouble. Are they separate or the same?
When did you try to use violence or
Well,
threaten
I'm
it to get...
Literally threatening Nico, as in if he does that, I'm just going to kill him. If he shoots.
Okay.
Well, I think that in this last scene, that got me in trouble, because there's a knife to my throat.
Yeah.
Right, but...
And then during the previous rest of the game, pursuing getting this artifact out of the ice, got me one
Yeah.
more.
Oh,
thing.
no, you totally get a fate for your second belief.
Yes.
I'm not sure about... So, like, if we leave these runes empty-handed, you don't want that to happen, so you ensure we retrieve the artifact in the ice.
Yes.
I don't think that's been completed.
Oh, I agree. I don't think any of my goals have been completed.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
Regarding Continentals being cold-hearted, I don't think that's come up this session.
No.
Let's see. So far, doing what Lord W says... Actually, no, that's not true. Doing what Lord W says and protecting him as a conflicting thing came up at the beginning of the session, but it didn't get anyone in trouble. But I did pursue it. Because I should...
Yeah, you kept showing up, even during your watch and everything. You can get up a fate for that.
So, 3 fate. No, I don't think any of my traits came into effect or anything.
Cool. Lord Edwayne.
I'm at 12 fate. I need to spend this on something, but I'm not rolling any 6s.
Yeah. So I must share my revelation about the artifact with the expedition. I did share it, but I don't think
Now it's results in this.
made it stick in people's minds yet.
Right, but
Well, I mean,
that was the weird part about that belief that I was kind of questioning about, like...
I think it's stuck in people's minds. I just don't think... I think they remember it. They just don't remember it positively. And you were right.
Is that okay?
Right. But also,
I would say that
that
it's fate-worthy because it has triggered this entire thing, because the only reason Nico doesn't want him to have that artifact is because he's off his fucking kilt.
There's definitely a fate there, but all you have written for that belief is, I must share my revelation about the artifact with the expedition.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if that's it, if it wasn't about them necessarily believing it, then you get a persona. But you want to change it.
But yeah, and so now there's this whole part of getting people to believe that and help you with that. But
I mean, you guys didn't make me add that on, but I feel like that was part of the deal.
There was some sort of thing you said that something will be said or something.
You specifically said, I remember asking you this goal at the beginning of the session, you didn't care what they thought after you were done talking, you cared that they listened to the whole thing, and you said it's okay if they ran off thinking you were crazy, as long as they let you finish your story.
Right. That's totally right.
Which means I think you got a persona. Because no one talked during your story.
Nobody interrupted my story. They all actually heard the whole story.
I think that based on what you said, what we explained for this goal, you've completed it.
But were they actually paying attention to the story? Or did they tune me out halfway through?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You didn't specify that in the belief.
That's true.
No, I didn't.
So I think this is completed.
I think this is done.
Okay. So
you have a persona.
You could make another related belief. That tends to be how they work.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I could do that. But I think it's probably impossible to convince people it's true, I'll probably, bug people about it, but I don't think that's really belief-worthy at this point. All right.
But we'll see.
So I'm gonna
Is it something you want to do as a character?
Change our beliefs.
If the answer to that is yes,
no,
then that's a belief.
I think
that's all this game is about.
I think I've had my belief about this expressed. I think that if I was to make a new belief, it would be about the proper use, learning to use the artifact in a way that would stop the wheel from turning. I think that would be more fun to play out than trying to convince people to listen to me. At least until I get new people to talk to. If we ever get to a situation with a bunch of nobles where we're arguing about the use of the artifact, or the organization, we start talking to them about the artifact, or the Mages Guild, all those new people will be fun to roleplay this out with. But it's not going to be fun to roleplay it out with a couple of laborers. You know what I'm saying? I think that Ernest did listen and understands because, I'm his boss. I think Nico obviously listened and understands because it made him act in this crazy way of trying to grab the artifact before me. And I would bet that the guy from the organization knows about it because he's probably half here to evaluate me, so he probably listened enough, even if he thinks I'm crazy. So the two laborers aren't interesting to play with, I don't think. So I wouldn't make a new belief on this. All right. So next belief is, I will leave nothing of value in the ruins when I leave, for all evil is the work of man, and their wealth belongs to me. I definitely pursued this, but clearly everything is still in the cave.
Right. So yeah, you can have a fate for that.
Okay. I must prevent Ivan from telling what he knows, or he will start a war. I don't even know where Ivan is right now. I kind of told Ernest to keep a look out for him.
Oh, did you mean that the whole time we were here?
No, I mean that one time, but it never felt relevant to me to bring it up. I thought it would slow down the story if I had you watch it.
Don't tell me Ivan is going to pull a knife on the guy behind.
It may happen.
Well, no,
on Kirill.
Well, no, he was in the ruins and stuff because he said he had the whole conversation to everyone. So yeah, he's been there.
He's been here.
Okay. But that was actually giving Ivan more information to use against him. So I'm not sure if that is pursuing this belief.
That would be.
You didn't pursue this because you didn't do anything with Ivan.
Right.
He's been,
unless you want to argue that Ivan believes what I said, then I don't see this.
No one believed what you said.
That's right. So this has not even been pursued, really.
Yeah.
Instincts. When surrounded by darkness, kindle a fire. I succeeded in my role, unfortunately, so we didn't asphyxiate to death. That would have been really helpful in this Mexican standoff when we all started dying of oxygen deprivation. When I find a good man, find a use for him, hasn't got me into trouble because I never thought Nico was a good man. Ask the story behind any ancient item I see. It's kind of sitting on Ivan to betray me, and he hasn't done that yet. Nobody has betrayed me except for Nico, and Nico is not a nice man. And as for traits, I feel like being stubborn is pushing me towards getting the artifacts. Not letting.
Sure, I'll give you a fate because you said you were using stubborn as one of your hooks into the standoff for right now. So
I feel like the superstitious argument is a good one, but I feel like there has to be something to be superstitious about. There's magic in this situation. There's no there's nothing to get Edwin's mind out of the focus of being an intellectual. All his research, all his actions have been all about figuring things out and understanding what's going on from a very I wouldn't say scientific, but definitely from a very educated point of view. And I think something needs to happen that would break him out of that for him to be superstitious. But then he would be really superstitious. So
I think Edwin gets one more fate if everyone else agrees for the right skill, right time. With the obscure scavenging.
Yeah,
nice.
I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give you one fate for that. And then I don't think anyone else. Let me see what Moldbreaker does again real quick.
Would you give me the role-playing award? Did you like my story? You felt like my role-playing pushed the game? No?
No.
Not at all? Okay.
Just passed it, alright.
Yeah, it didn't really. My beliefs or
okay.
traits didn't conflict, so I don't think that.
Yeah. There was a little confliction there because
Yeah, because it would have cost me the artifact if I had.
it would. Yeah, you knew something bad would happen because of your
Yeah.
sixth sense. Which, by the way, for the other two players and the audience in general, I had whispered to Nico before. That's why he brought up the let's not do the thing where we rack the orbs, because I said, hey, your sixth sense is going off right now. Which I don't know in the future if you want me to say to everyone or if you want me to continue with whispers and stuff. But anyway.
Yeah, that's tricky to do because sometimes I might want to be an underhanded person about that, but I mean, as long as the players can agree to not have their characters know that Nico's going off unless he tells them,
right?
Then we can just make it common knowledge.
I feel like I'd be more comfortable if it wasn't, because I would mostly assume that the information you're passing Nico is fallible, and I have no reason to believe that the information is fallible, so it will be difficult for me to ignore it. You know, the same way, like when somebody makes a roll for knowledge and they tell you something, you just instinctively know it's true. And if they fail it, everyone just calls bullshit on it immediately.
Oh yeah, so it's like not knowing whether they passed or failed the knowledge roll,
right,
before they tell you the information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, I could pretend, but I wouldn't enjoy it as much. I might even overreact to my disbelief of information.
It ruins your immersion.
That's how I define my roleplay, as immersionism. So.
Do you think it's obvious that you are doing this for the organization, Nico? I think I would put forward that once Keurig jumped in, it might have become obvious, since we know that you two work for the organization, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I told you that he was a contact of theirs. I don't know. I don't know what you read into that, but yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he obviously knows about the artifact, so you would probably assume that he's had some, and you know that the organization is all about them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a logical leap for you to take. Yes. So is that everything? We cover it all?
I think so.
I think that's it.
I'm just writing a new belief right now for next week, but I'll
I have
that next week.
I have my beliefs written in, Sith. If you could take a look at the first two and tell me if they're basically the same belief and I should rewrite that a little bit. Because I think they might be, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we could probably do this after the stream. But
yeah.
Okay, we'll end the stream then. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you. Exactly. And possibly the end of our first arc, possibly.
Yeah, it could happen.
Possibly.
It could happen.
Yeah, we could all die.
We could. We could just all kill each other right here.
Nico just says "fuck it" and shoots one of the balls, and
Ivan just then ends up walking out with this thing. One of us loses him.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Now we're gonna go in. Bye-bye.